Hi, I'm Connie Reimers-Hild with the University of Nebraska-Lincoln Extension at the Kimmel Education Research Center in Nebraska City. I'm also coordinator of Southeast Nebraska's I2E Club, or Inventors, Investors, and Entrepreneurs Club. And today we're joined by Cindy Grady, Managing Director of Write Life, another great business here in Nebraska that we want to show off and learn more about. So thank you, Cindy, for joining us today. We're very excited to have you here. Could you give us a little bit of background? Tell us what Write Life is about.
Sure. Write Life started back in 2008. Actually started on my birthday, February 15th, 2008. Awesome. And then we launched our website. It was our goal to be live July 1st of 2008. And so we met that goal. And basically we are a small publishing house that's based here in Nebraska that really truly believes that 80% of the population has a book inside of them. And that the traditional publishing model really limits opportunities for people, and also the self-publishing model also limits people because there's such a financial commitment.
Absolutely.
So the way that Write Life is set up is we have about 13 editors that help us look at every single manuscript that comes through our door, and we get a lot of manuscripts.
Wow,
we probably get about 4 or 5 manuscripts every week. We work with these 13 editors. They review every single manuscript that comes in, and then they give me a recommendation. We should greenlight this or we should red light this. And the things that we're really looking for, like to greenlight, is if an editor reads a manuscript and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to tell my 10 closest friends to read this book. I have this book club and they need to read this book. And that can be, fiction, nonfiction, a children's book. We've even published a few poetry books. Getting back to the editing process and how we do that, we either greenlight or red light it. If we red light it, we still send a letter back to that author with all their notes saying, we're not accepting it, it doesn't really fit in with our catalog, however, here are your editorial notes and we wish you the best of luck. We really think that's important because we want to encourage writers, whether we can publish them and take on that risk or not. Sure. We still want to encourage and grow and develop writers because we think that's really important. It's kind of a lost form of communication in some ways. And then the ones that we greenlight, then the hard work really starts. They've written their book, and a lot of authors are like, I've written my book, I'm done. I'm like, no, now the editing begins. So a lot of time, we can go through like 10 to 13 rounds of edits. It's really crazy. So usually it takes about a year and a half to have the book published and to go into production. And then once we do that, it goes through Ingram's distribution chain and also Baker and Taylor. And so all of these books that you see here, every single book that we publish, goes out on Amazon.com and a ton of other retailers online, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as the WriteLife.com marketplace. And then once books hit a certain mark, if the author wants their book turned into an ebook, we'll do that. We'll turn it into an EPUB and a Kindle. What makes us unique as well is that we front all the costs for all of this. The author doesn't pay anything. And so basically, we publish this, it goes into distribution. After we make our money back off the first book sales that sell, then we split all of our profits after net 50-50 with the authors.
Which is unheard of.
Yeah.
Unheard of.
I mean, kind of a high percentage is probably 30% at most that I've seen. So, we really want to make it fair, but we also, if the person is working hard to market their book, we're working hard to market it. It's really a partnership. If they're successful, we're successful, and that's really the model that we want to promote.
That's great, and it's just so great to have a resource right here in Nebraska. I mean, I know a lot of this is online and you can do it via the web, but at the same time, what an awesome concept. Because looking around just on how to publish books, I stumbled upon Write Life and had an actual friend tell me about it then as well, because she knew I was looking at these things, and your model is, I can say, the best I have found out there. And I research, that's what I do as an academic, so I've looked at a lot of models. So congratulations on building such a wonderful model and helping people really fulfill their dreams of authorship. That's fantastic. And So the people that are interested in learning more about Write Life or maybe submitting to Write Life, where can they find you, Cindy?
Sure, we're on the web, WriteLife.com.
Okay.
If you're into social media, we're also on Facebook with facebook.com/WriteLife. And then if you're a Twitter file, we're on twitter.com/WriteLifeLLC.
Well, we thank you for your time and thank you for building such a great resource for our entrepreneurs and aspiring authors and artists and such, everybody that it takes to make this work. And thank you again for being here. And thank you, audience, for listening to another one of our I2E videos. I'm Connie Reimers-Hild. And remember, this has been brought to you by the Building Entrepreneurial Communities Act grant through the state of Nebraska and the Rural Development Commission. And also the Southeast Partners for Progress. So we thank all of our partners as well in making all of these wonderful videos a reality so we can show off Nebraska and what we're doing in our state. Thank you.